Welcome back guys. In this video I'll be testing the Taumaturge on my ROG Ally running on Windows 11 and Steam Deck running on SteamOS. It's an isometric role-playing game in which we play as Victor Sulsky, a detective that returns to a supernatural Warsaw in 1905 to investigate the mysterious death of his father. Now this game officially supports FSR3, upscaler and frame generation, but the upscaler is not decoupled from frame generation. So on ROG Ally I'll be showing you how to use XeSS version to upscale in conjunction with FSR frame generation. In order to achieve this, I'll be using DLSS enabler mod. This mod uses Newcomb 9's mod to replace the in-game DLSS frame generation with FSR frame generation. It also uses fake NV API to replace in-game reflex with anti-lag 2. Unfortunately, the mod did not work on Steam Deck, so I'll just use the in-game FSR frame generation implementation on that device. I even tried using the latest version of OptiScaler mod. It was causing the game to crash. Unreal Engine 5 related issues. I'll kick things off with ROG Ally. Download the latest trunk build of DLSS enabler from GitHub. I'll give its link in the description. Scroll down to the end, expand the assets section, click on the .exe link. Now I'll show you the directory where you need to install DLSS enabler. Select the game in your Steam library, right click, manage, click on browse local files. Open the Taumaturge folder. Open binaries folder, open Win64 folder, copy this directory. It's the directory where the game's main exe file is present. Open File Explorer, go to Downloads. Here you'll find DLSS enabler setup file. There it is, executed. Check this option, I accept. Click on Next, paste the game directory here. Next, select this option, install as a winmm.dll file. Check this option, enable support for AMD and Intel GPUs. Check this option, install OptiScaler 0.6. Won't be using OptiScaler FSR frame generation. Latest builds of OptiScaler mod causes the game to crash. Next, install. Process complete. Uncheck this option. Click on finish. Open the game's directory where you install DLSS enabler mod. Here look for a file name nvngx.ini. There it is. Open it. You just need to set generator to FSR31. Scroll down until you find a line name DX12 upscaler. Just set it to XeSS. Click on file, click on save, close. The mod has been installed. Adrenaline settings for the game, FreeSync and VSync enable. For this game I have set the UMA buffer size to 6 GB. My Ally is running on BIOS version 3.4.1. I have installed Ally's latest official GPU driver that adds support for Doom the Dark Ages. Using a 27 watts manual profile, all 3 power values set at 27 watts. 720p resolution CPU boost disabled. Connected my Cosmic by Stellaris gamepad to Ally via Bluetooth mode. Launch the game. In-game settings, resolution 720p. Resolution scaling, just set it to NVIDIA DLSS using its quality preset. Frame generation disabled for the time being. Reflex on. VSync off. I am basically using the medium preset. Post-processing effects like bloom, depth of field disabled. I'll also disable motion blur. With these settings, FPS will be within a range of 45 to 50 while traversing the settlement areas. During combat, FPS will drop down to 30. I'll just enable volumetric volumetric lighting and volumetric clouds. Using a custom Afterburner overlay to show you the performance metrics. Now I'll enable anti-lag 2's latency monitor. Press its hotkey combo Alt-Shift-L. Keep pressing the combo to cycle through the different display options. There's the latency value. Jump into the game. We are in. There's a character. I'm in a tavern. Lot of NPCs around me. In the indoor areas, FPS will be on the higher side. It's close to 85. That's really good to see. We are hitting the GPU bottleneck. Zoom out. I'll just leave this place. Village area is more demanding. Now we are outside. Keep an eye on the FPS counter. Big open area here. A lot of non-playable characters around me. FPS dropped to around 50. Not bad. Still getting good performance without frame generation. RAM usage is close to 4.3 GB, hitting the GPU bottleneck here. Using my perception ability to highlight the objects and clues in the environment. Need to interact with this guy. Current objective. Latency value is within a range of 40 to 50 milliseconds, depends on the FPS value. 55 milliseconds है. I'll just enable Newcomb 9 Smart frame generation. Just set frame generation to enable. Apply. Back to the game. The latency value increased to around 60 milliseconds. FPS increased to around 90. That's really good to see. I can observe the added amount of smoothness. Animation quality is looking much better now compared to the game running without frame generation. So smooth. Mod FSR frame generation implementation is not perfect in this game. During combat there will be some black bars at the top and at the bottom sides. This will cause the interface to flicker. These black bars are present even during the cutscenes, and this can sometimes cause the subtitles to flicker. Not always. Here it's working properly. See, just a few hitches here and there, nothing extreme. Unreal Engine 5 title, so it's expected to exhibit some stuttering. Skip the dialogues. There may be a mod to disable these black bars. I was not able to find any such mod on the internet. Okay, now I'll show you some combat. First I'll disable frame generation. With these settings you can drop the UMA buffer size to 5 GB. Combat in this game is turn-based. We are accompanied by a ghostly saluter. Each saluter represents a human flaw. There's the saluter. I'll skip the dialogues and jump into the combat. Combat started. Check out the FPS value now. Drop down to 34. Use a quick attack. Give command to my saluter. Bloody penance. Descriptions provide inflict damage. See the black bars at the top and at the bottom sides. Can be a few hitches during the combat. This is why I did not increase the settings. Now I'll just enable Mod FSR frame generation on. It should help in improving the frame pacing. Just observe the game's interface. Yeah, it's flickering. This is the problem with Mod FSR frame generation implementation in this game. Only during combat. Doesn't happen during the normal gameplay. Game exhibits some stuttering during combat. Now I'll test the game on Steam Deck. I own the LCD variant of Steam Deck. Display supports up to 60Hz refresh rate using G Proton version 10-3 as the compatibility layer. Steam Deck compatibility verified. Mouse the game. Performance QM settings. I uncapped the FPS by enabling disable frame limit and allow tearing settings. OLED level set to 2. That's it. Show you the in-game settings. 800p resolution. FSR 3 upscaler enable using its balance preset. Frame generation disabled for the time being. No FPS cap applied. VSync off. Game comes with a Steam Deck preset. Bloom and depth of field disabled. Steam Deck preset uses very low to low settings. Stick with it. With this preset, FPS in the village area will be close to 45. During combat, FPS will drop down to 30. Apply. We are in the tavern. Here FPS is close to 60. That's really good to see. Lot of NPCs around me. Just observe the fur of my character's coat. It's looking a bit pixelated. This pixelation effect is caused by FSR upscaler. Go to the village. Big open area here. Keep an eye on the FPS counter. The FPS dropped to around 40 to 45. Game is not stuttering though. Exploring the area using my perception ability. Game is definitely playable on Steam Deck. Found a clue. Protective charm. Current objective. Power draw is close to 25 watts. Playtime should be around 1 hour 45 minutes on a full battery. This is for the LCD variant of Steam Deck. Performance is limited by the GPU. Where to cap the FPS at 40 for a more stable experience. What's going on here? It's the tree that's blocking my vision. Okay, now I'll show you some combat. I'll trigger a cutscene before jumping into the combat. Quickly skip the dialogues, just observe the fur hair and the beard of my character. Look at the pixelated look, see? The pixelated look always occurs when you skip through the dialogues quickly, like this. XGSS upscaler fixes this issue. Alright, combat started. FPS is close to 30. Give the commands. FPS is a bit variable, 32 to 42. Few hitches. These hitches occurred even on ROG Ally. Unreal Engine 5 for you. 30 FPS. Okay, so now I'll enable frame generation. Guys sliced me. On. Apply. You just need to enable manual GPU clock speed setting and set the speed to 1400 MHz, otherwise the game will stutter a lot. Resume the game. Yeah, FPS increased to around 50. With the in-game FSR frame generation implementation, interface does not flicker. That's good to see. But during motion, game world looks so pixelated. This is caused by FSR upscaler using a planned attack. Salutaire is doing a lot of damage. Got sliced again. It's a playable experience on Steam Deck. That's it with the video, guys. I hope you find it useful. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.